Hello. On YouTube, my name is the Winter Owl. Online forums and online games usually call myself White Owl. My real name is Matt. This is Let's Fly Kerbal Space Program. This is the career mode version, episode 1. What is this insanity, you might be saying to yourself? Career mode? Have you gone mad? I was like, yeah, kind of, sort of. It's not the game's officially implemented career mode. We still don't have that. It's career mode through a mod, the mission controller mod, which gives you a budget, gives you missions. It's a career mode, man. Here, I'll show you. Let me see. What am I going to call this? I don't want. Here, I'll name it after the mod. Mission control. Yeah. And start. I was discouraged for a while. I stopped making Minecraft videos for some time. I am no longer discouraged. I am excited. See, we got the new version of the game. A whole bunch of my mods broke. The old save file broke. That was, I don't know, that's kind of my own fault. I didn't have decent enough backup saves, and my old saves files got corrupted, and even the backup was bad. And a lot of really bad stuff happened. And I was sad. But now I'm not sad. No, I'm excited about this. Okay, take a look here. Boom. Open this up. Mission Controller. There's a brand new mod just came out. I have my current budget, 50,000 Ks. Or I believe he's saying that the currency in use, we're calling it crones. I personally don't like starting everything with K. Other people think it's cool. The mod developer, he apparently likes it. So we're going with crones. K-R-O-N-E-S. Select mission. You can write your own missions very simply and easily with this. These are a whole bunch of missions in here that came with the mod. If I were doing this just as it came from the mod, I'd probably go with this Sputnik 1. I'd do that one, the first one. Bring a small satellite into a suborbital flight around Kerbin. Suborbital being the key word there. But I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going back a little bit earlier into history with one of my... I started the Wings. There they are. They're my missions. I wrote them. Oh, that one's a mistake. I should get rid of that one. I did the 3B because 3 wasn't working. Okay, no, this is the first one I'm going to do. First mission, Wings 1. Starting budget, 50,000 crones. Wings 1, slip surly bonds. Fly an unmanned aircraft between 1,000 meters and 1,500 meters altitude for 1 minute. And get a reward of 5,000 crones. Okay, cool. Let's do it. See, we've got a brand new save. My Kerbals are just beginning into their understanding of aviation and space. They recently discovered the ability to look up. They have never done that before. I think maybe most Kerbals live underground. This is why you don't see any cities. This is a new breed of Kerbals who they came up from underground, and now they're above ground, and they looked up. Hey, what's that up there? Oh, it's the sky. So what's the sky? Well, they have to put something together and go and find out. So they have a basic understanding of wings because they used wings in underground caverns. I'm just making this up. I just thought of this just 3 seconds ago, so it's probably not going to hold together all that well. Yeah, it's probably not going to work so well. But just roll with it. Just roll with it, you know? Just keep on going. Anyways, yeah, they had big underground caverns that they did hang gliding in. And so they're going to use some of that basic knowledge of wings. And let me see, is this the one I want? Yeah, this is the one I want. Oh, this thing needs an air intake as well. Get on there. Yeah, basic knowledge of wings to see what the sky is like. They know how wings work, but they don't know what the sky is. Let me see. No, we can do the small one. Here we go. Put that one on the bottom. Oh, like that. Okay. So, yeah, things that I'm excited to show you. One is this career mode through this amazing mod, the mission controller, and the possibilities that work opens up. Let's see, what else do I want to do here? I think, okay, we need a little bit of fuel. Going with the half-meter parts. We're making some changes around here. Here we go. Let's do 2 fuel cans, huh? And, Okay, so I still want a longer fuselage than that, so let's go to the structural parts. Again, the 1/2 meter size. Here they are. How many? Until it looks right. Yeah, let's do 2 of those, then hang a tail piece on it. Yeah, this one here. Comes from Taverio's Pizza and Aerospace. Okay, so yeah, what I was starting to say, 2 incredible mods. Well, the one is this mission control thing, which is going to give us a career mode. The other, Procedural Wings. This is game-changing mod. Take a look at this. There's a whole bunch of people, I guess, that don't really quite even understand the concept of what these procedural wings do. Maybe you don't know about them. And if you know about them, you're not certain how to get the best use out of them. Do not worry. I'm here to educate. I'll save you. I'll save you from your own ignorance. Okay, I'll put a wing. I want this wing to be on the bottom. We'll put it down here. And go like that to make it horizontal to start out with. We may add some dihedral later. Okay, so a pretty boring little rectangular wing piece there, right? Check this out. I hold R and I move the mouse, and I can vary the size of the wing root. I can make him really, really big. I can make him really, really small. I hold T on the keyboard and I move the mouse, and I can vary the size of the wing tip. I hold G and I move the mouse. I don't know what G stands for, but it's just conveniently close to R and T. And I can make the wing longer. I can make it shorter. I can tilt it. I can sweep it back. I can sweep it forward. So we've got 3 different ways that we can manipulate the shape of this single rectangular chunk of wing. You know, I can make it into any rectangle or triangle, because you can take the tip and shrink it down to nothing. Oops, don't go negative. Got negative geometry. Yeah, I can make a basic triangular piece. You can do any triangle or any rectangle that you want. And the equations, it works well with Ferrum's aerospace research, so that it has fairly realistic aerodynamic effects. Guys, for all of the Kerbal Space Program, there's space planes, airplanes of all sorts. This is seriously game-changing. Here, okay, enough talk. I'll try to show you what I mean. First off, let me see. Do I want to do this? Yeah, okay. We'll work with this one just to start off with. No, okay, no. I'm just getting it organized in my head. I think I actually want to let's go with the tail. Let's get the tail set up first. So I'll need a vertical stabilizer. That right there, that looks ugly as hell. So shrink that root down to about that size. Shrink that tip down there like that. I want to move it all the way back to the very, very tip. Okay, yeah, we'll leave the root at about that size. Okay, let's do G. Let's move that back so that that back edge is fairly vertical. And I'm also going to drop it down. It can be kind of fiddly to work with it. Now, I could just, you know, put it up there, and that's a decent enough shape. And it would work. It would work. It would be a perfectly functional vertical stabilizer. But it's kind of ugly, isn't it? And I do not want my airplane to have an ugly tail. Not when we finally, in this game, have the means to unuglify it. Here, let's go like this. Because what you can do is you can take multiple procedural wing parts. Take the next one, stack it on the end of that thing, click it, and look, it automatically sizes. Now, drop that tip down to about that size. V, move it down here. It can be kind of fiddly because it's the same control movements have to work for both a horizontal and a vertical surface, so that when you're working on this vertical airfoil like this, the controls, it's backwards. But you can make it work. Okay, so there we go. Put a little bit of angle on that relative to the first piece. Do another piece. Okay, and then this one I want fairly straight because we don't want to get too narrow too fast. Remember right about there. Here, let's zoom in as we get a better closer look at it. Okay, let's shrink that tip a little bit. Whoops. Oh, I'm getting too far down. Yeah, again, that's what I'm saying about the mouse movements being kind of counterintuitive when you're working on the vertical surface. Okay, do another piece. This, doing the multiple pieces and stacking angles, varying the angles on all of them, this is only if you care about what your airplane looks like. And I care about what my airplanes look like, and I would just want to kind of demonstrate the possibilities of this mod. This is in direct response to somebody. I posted one of the airplane designs. I posted a screenshot of one of these things that I'd put together, and somebody asked. The literal words were, "How on earth did you do that?" Well, I could tell you how it's done, or I could show you. Showing you is probably better. I want to make this so that somebody be able to duplicate it on their own self. It's kind of narrow, isn't it? Here, let's increase that root a little bit. Increase this piece. Oh, that's right. We have to. Yeah. Whoops. And just go through and increase the tip size and all of those like that. Good. Scoot it forward again a little bit. Okay, let's actually make this one a little bit taller. I think we're done. Got enough of a curve going. Shrink the tip just a little bit, like that. Good. Okay, another piece. Yes, I just for the purposes of demonstration, yes, I am going just kind of ridiculously finicky on this one. Just because I want to show you, this is how you make a curved part. You take a look at real-world aircraft, and one thing, and you see how real-world aircraft tend to differ from Kerbal Space Program aircraft. And one thing that'll immediately jump out is real-world aircraft have curved wings and tail surfaces. And so we still lack the ability to make a true curved part, but if you just do enough angles, you can come very close to approximating it. Close enough, anyways. Here we go. Okay, move it back just a little bit, like that. Yeah, okay. I think that's good enough for demonstration purposes. I still could use a little more work to kind of blend the curve out, but yeah, it's good enough. It's good enough for. I just want to show you how it's done, so you can go and practice this on your own time. All right, here we go. What about one of these guys? Oh, that's huge. I don't want that damn huge thing. How about one of these? All right, hang a rudder on it. Oh, that's another issue. That's another thing that's been kind of bugging me. Is the fact that these things that here. All right, too much talking. I'll show you what I mean. See if I can change this. Okay, move that one like that. Okay, well that's a pretty close approximation. Can I stretch this one even further? Yeah, I've never liked in Kerbal Space Program the way the ends of our control surfaces are left just hanging out there. Okay, can we increase the tip size a little bit? Yeah, okay, that's pretty close. I like that. That's good. Yeah, because control surfaces, they always have a, you know, some structure on the end, something for the end of the hinge to connect to, you know? All right, let's hang a light on that thing, huh? Okay. Huge light. Again, the light isn't even necessary, but I just like having them. Okay, let's do that one. Put that on that. Good. Okay, so yeah, there's just that one. Yeah, just that vertical stabilizer right there is one really quick and dirty illustration of what can be possible using these procedural wing parts. You can make whatever shape wing you want. This is huge. Huge. Do you understand this? What an incredible innovation this is. I'm excited about it. I'm extremely, extremely excited about it. I wonder if I can just duplicate this part and use that as my tail. It's as my horizontal. Yes, I just did say that. I'm stumbling over my own words. Can you believe that? There we go. Use that as my horizontal stab. That's what I was trying to say anyways. I bet you that'll work. How about like that? Yeah, it looks pretty effective to me. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna take time to, because I want to really show off this Procedural Wings mod. Instead of making just like a really quick and dirty airplane, I want to take a little bit of time and make this one kind of pretty. Cause you gotta like the pretty airplanes, right? Pull those back. See, you want your center of lift. There's a couple of issues going on here. For one thing, first off, you want your center of mass to stay, I want this yellow ball, the center of mass, to be right about in the middle of the fuel supply so that as fuel drains, the vehicle will get lighter, but it will not necessarily get in, but the center of mass won't necessarily move backwards or forwards any. A second issue at work here is that for most airplanes, usually you want your center of lift to be behind the center of mass. Let's think on this. Do I want to go for a tail dragger design? Then I could put some heavy landing gear up front and that would help. I mean, I've already got this heavy stuff up there. In reality, all this stuff back here should not be so heavy as to balance out an engine and this full tanks of fuel. That is unrealistic and problematic. But I think we can deal with that. Let's okay, here, let's try one thing here. And see, I haven't even done anything with those yet. Let's move the fuel more centrally. Okay, that definitely made a big difference. And then we'll put our wings back here. Yeah, the this fuselage, airplanes, their fuselage it's totally empty material. If we're going for like an old style vehicle like this, and you know, very likely it's a little wooden fabric with a wooden framework with lightweight fabric stretched over the top of it and, you know, doped and cured to make it fairly rigid. Modern aircraft, it's sheet metal. It's sheet aluminum. It's folded up and rolled. It doesn't weigh anything. It weighs something, but it weighs hardly anything, I suppose would be the better way to say that. Add one more section here, maybe? Let's get this balanced out first. Tag like that. Okay, there we go. Center mass, nicely centered right there on the dead center in the middle of the fuel supply. That is very good. I like that. Notice that the nose is further away from the center mass than the tail is. I think we're going to make this one a tricycle gear. We're not going to go for a conventional, conventional gear tail dragger. Let's move that up here. Turn. Whoops! No, I hit the wrong thing. Wrong button. Wrong button. Okay, where do we go? Some landing gear on it. Here's the stock. Oh wow, it's kind of big, isn't it? No, we'll make it work. You know, the airplane will just look like it's on stilts. Oh wow, that's actually as big as it is. Look how don't have a whole lot of ground clearance. We have to go for the next bigger size, actually, because we're looking at a. Well, I don't know. It's got clearance. That prop isn't going to hit the ground, is it? Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Trust me, it's fine. Okay, so now wings. Man, just my commentary is all rambling around all over the place. Okay, so new mission goals. Yeah, I'm starting over a new series here with new mission goals. Here, let's put it at dead center. One goal, one thing that I've been just really, really bad about the entire time that I've been doing Kerbal Space Program videos and making things is I keep on meaning to get around to sharing all my stuff, sharing the the craft files so people can have my same designs, and I'm just really terrible about actually getting it done. I hardly ever do, and then the mods break it, and then I have all these custom parts, and I don't share those. That ends this new series goal. I want every single vehicle that I produce, that I design on here, to have a craft file that I can share with people. I'll just go ahead and put that goal out there. That's what I want to do. Okay, now I want the trailing edge of this wing surface to be fairly straight, and we'll go ahead and we'll put a kind of a curve on the leading edge. Just a gentle curve like that. It doesn't have to be dramatically curved. Yeah, these two sections will be fairly flatly horizontal, and the next section I'll put a little bit of dihedral on it. Just when I attach it, what Shift E was that? Yeah, just do one click of dihedral. There we go. Yeah, like that. I'll probably leave that wingtip size about the same. Pull it out a little bit more like that. Good. Let's go ahead and move the whole assembly backwards some. Keep that center of lift behind the center of mass. Yeah, pretty close to the center mass, but still behind it. I think I want to taper. I think I want to taper the wing off a little bit faster than that. Okay, good. Now let's landing gear. Need some landing gear to go on there. We want it to, so that the wheels will be a little bit aft of that center of gravity, but just not too far aft. And we want it so that the distance between the mains is less than the distance, than the length, the wheelbase from the mains to the nose, so that it makes like a long, narrow triangle. Here we go. Yeah, that's pretty cool, I think. Turn it back over. Okay, don't need those anymore. Let's go to this one right here. Let's click this, sweep the angle of attack. This is really, you don't really need to know a whole lot about what's going on these curves. I mean, you look lift drag ratio, you know that whenever, here, 5, 10 degrees, you got a really good ratio happening at 10 degrees, but you don't really need to do that. Really, what you get out of clicking this button is it updates all the information for this tab, which you do need. Okay, so which one's in green? This one is highlighting the rudder. The rudder, I want to control pitch. I could up that thing all the way like to 58. That seems kind of ridiculous, but no, we actually don't need that much, and I'm barely going to use the rudder at all, really. Nah, we'll just leave it at like 20 degrees. For this, elevators. Again, this 58-degree business. That seems kind of ridiculous still. Oops, no. The rudder, I mean elevators, that's going to be simply for pitch. Tell you what, I'm not going to take it all the way up to 58 degrees. I do not anticipate needing that, but I do want more than the stock 15. So we'll go 35. And these guys, okay, are going to be for roll. Ailerons, and we'll stick with 21 degrees for those. Good. Okay, now I know with all these parts it's going to be kind of bendy, so let's strut the thing up. Let's use the stock strut for this. We don't need the big guns, the really heavy stuff yet. That's kind of ugly, but it's going to work. Okay, so what are we going to call this? This is UAV-1. Really uninspiring name, but we can deal with it. Save. Okay, so let's remind ourselves the purpose of this mission. In my Kerbals world, this is their first time taken to the skies. They were sending an unmanned vehicle first just to see what happens. Fly an unmanned aircraft between 1,000 and 1,500 meters altitude for 1 minute. They just want to find out what happens up at those altitudes and see what happens, you know? Okay, cool. Let's launch. Game thinks about it for a little bit. Bam, here we are. The prop isn't going to hit the ground, is it? I know it might. Yeah, it's my airplane. Cool. Okay, so now the important thing. Okay, so let's select this. Oh, no, we already have it selected. That selecting the mission inside the spaceplane hangar or the VAB doesn't really do anything. It's important to select it before you launch the mission. All right, I'll hide that down there for the time being. So we've got this up. That's good. Okay, my joist, let's set the trim back a little bit. Stage. Now notice what happens whenever I staged. Oh, does that engine sound cool? Okay, I did have 50,000 krones. The construction costs and the fuel cost and other resource costs for this vehicle, the whole thing, it cost 29,000 krones. So that's over half of my total starting budget is eaten up in this one vehicle. So yeah, you could consider it's kind of a Kerbal Space Program hard mode. Okay, dudes, let's see what happens, huh? Let's see, control checks. Oh, wait a second. Bad news. But I already staged, which means I should have done the control check before staging. Look at this. Everything's moving. It's like I didn't remember my FAR settings. Okay, well, I'm going to go with it anyway. What's the worst that could happen? A little bit of previous experience. I'm not even going to do full throttle with this thing, because it'll overspeed way too fast. The airplane takes off on its own very nicely. Thank you. Pull the camera back some. Alright, track that landing gear. Oh, okay. Nicely controllable, nicely stable. Yeah, you put... It's, one thing that doing that dihedral, angling the ends of the wings upwards slightly. So if I put it into, give it a little bit of bank, it tends to you know, I roll to the left here, and I just take my hands off the stick, and it tends to stay at about the same angle of roll. Okay, so we're still climbing up there. The goal is to get this thing up to 1,000 meters. This seems like kind of a silly, simple goal, but so is the Sputnik one, you know? Okay. For those of us who've been playing this game for a while, but it's the whole point is you starting out at the very, very beginning. Which I'm excited about. Okay, now, let's just put it this altitude, let's open this up. Yeah, one little bug, it says the timer isn't working the way you'd think, but it is working. Okay, and I'm gonna, you can see that's red down there. I'm gonna wait till that turns green, and then when it turns green, I know that I have met the mission goal. It's really, this vehicle is just a technology demonstrator. Just demonstrate that controlled, powered flight in the atmosphere, in the sky, is possible. And I put I wrote this particular mission, and I gave it the 1 minute time limit just to prevent you. I mean, it'd be just too ridiculously easy to make any old thing and launch it. And it's there, hit 1,000 meters. No, I want to see controlled flight, and you have to have to hold it within a 500 meter altitude for 1 minute. You have to show a degree of control. Okay. So I can finish this mission. I will get this reward added to my budget there. My budget's up there, 25,000. Let's close that. Now let's go back for a landing. Whee! I kind of like this little airplane. Kind of a silly little airplane, but I like it. Trying to be really careful on the G-forces. I've got the updated version of the Deadly Reentry mod, in which they changed the way the temperatures work, and they also added G-force limits. If you pull like a really hard G's, you can damage pieces of your airplane. And I'm not really too experienced with it yet. I just know, personally, just a little bit of experimenting around with the thing. I think maybe the G-forces are a little bit too severe. Anyway, you'd be really careful not to damage your airplane. Let me stick that landing gear back out. And this, by taking the time and designing an airplane using principles, you know, real-life airplanes are shaped very similar to this. There's a reason that wings are shaped this way. The handling on this thing is so stable. It is so It's not very exciting, but it is so smooth and it is so easy. This is one of the huge benefits of using the Ferrum's aerospace research and using the procedural wings to make, you can make a wing that is shaped like they are in reality, and it will behave the way they do in reality. I am so excited about this. I'm still stuck with using the just rigid shapes for the control surfaces. I understand that shape your own control surfaces is a feature that the mod maker wants to add, but it just isn't working yet. I don't know. I have no idea how to code the thing, so I can't criticize them for that. I'll be ecstatic to test it out when it is working, though. Oh, okay, maybe getting a little bit slow. A little bit. Oh, pitching around kind of weird like. Good. Down. Get some brakes. That's kind of a squirrely landing. Got a little bit kind of wild and loose there. Brakes, pumping the brakes. We don't break things. Stop. Good. Well, I call that a very, very successful first test flight for the new series, a new mission here. The new series, new Kerbals embarking on a whole brand new adventure. No, I want to shut the engine off. I'm trying to see that. Okay, now the other thing, very, very crucial, don't hit end flight yet if you're trying out this mod, the mission controller. Once your aircraft has landed, look down here, recycle this vessel. Recyclable value is it's not the full, I think the way they figured it is you get back 75% of the construction costs of the vehicle, and you get back 95% of the fuel and other resources remaining in the vehicle. Anyway, I got back most of the cost. So this thing cost about 29,000 krones, and so I got, well, actually, hang on, I think I may have lost money on this. I think I actually did lose money. Yeah, it cost 29,000. And I got a 5,000 krone reward, and I'm getting back 20. Yeah, I did lose money. That's what I get for adding a whole bunch of extra parts onto it. All these extra wing parts, they're all expensive. Recycle this vessel. But! Okay, so we'll recycle the vessel. Oh, man, that strikes me as funny. That I had an entirely successful first mission. And I lost money on it. Maybe nobody else thinks that's really funny. I do. Okay, and close it. Now we can end flight. If I'd gone for a simple, if I wasn't wanting to show off with the procedural wing parts, that's what ate up a whole lot of this production cost. If I'd gone for a much simpler vehicle, I would have made a profit on that one, which is the way it's balanced, the way it's supposed to work. Okay, cool. So, there it is. UAV-1. Very, very first time that the Kerbals of this save have taken off, and everything worked just fine. Okay, so yeah, things that I'm excited about. New series, new goals, new vehicles, new mods to play around with. And I'm going to share this craft file with you as well. It's going to be a good time. I will cease recording for now, and I will talk to you later. Bye.